Welcome to Nurses with Voices, the podcast where we amplify the voices of nurses everywhere. I'm your host, Dr. Lendra James, DNP RN, and I am thrilled to go on this podcast journey with you. As a nurse with over 20-something years of experience, I've witnessed dedication, resilience, and passion that defines our profession. Through this podcast, we aim to educate, empower, and inspire nurses at every stage of their careers. Whether you're a novice nurse navigating the challenges of bedside care, an experienced clinician looking to advance in your field, or dreaming of becoming a nurse entrepreneur, Nurses with Voices is here for you. Join me as we delve into topics such as advancing in nursing, mastering leadership skills, and fostering a supportive community within our profession. Together, we'll explore the triumphs, struggles, and countless opportunities that come with being a nurse. So tune in, subscribe, and let your voice be heard, because here at Nurses with Voices, every nurse has a story worth sharing, and every nurse voice deserves to be amplified. Hello, and welcome back to our series on health and wealth. Today, I have Dave Burgio here. You guys are in for a special treat. Dave will be a panelist at the Health and Wealth Expo, the virtual summit. I'm excited to have him on today. And so, Dave, I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself to our audience. So, Dave is I'm saying I'm going to let you go ahead, but Dave. So are you the owner or founder of Trifecta Solutions? Go ahead and tell the people who you are and exactly what you do over there.
Yeah, sure. First and foremost, thank you, Lendra, for having me today. I really appreciate it. Very looking forward to this event. Looking forward to bring some value to the audience. Yeah, as you said, my name's Dave Burgio. I'm one of the co-founders of Trifecta Credit Solutions here in Allentown, Pennsylvania. My role kind of in the beginning was more of the in-house credit guy. That's my role when we created this business back then. Today, it's more of kind of in that leadership role, building a team. We have an organization here of some awesome team players, as I call them, a little football reference from my original background. So, but yeah, very proud of these guys and gals and our company. And yeah, that's who I am.
All right, great. So tell me what are some big accomplishments that you guys have made over at Trifecta?
Well, a lot. I mean, we started off as just to go back even further than that. I started off before we created the brand as kind of a side project. Back in 2016, there was still a need to helping people with credit. Oddly enough, it's always something I've kind of been fascinated with on the personal side. Yes, I've been on both sides of the fence, having good and bad at one point in my life. But I really understood that, there is a big need for that to help people understand. There's really no formal education on it. But also on the flip side is that people that are in this industry, there's a very thin line of morals and ethics that's probably crossed over on the other side. A lot of bad information, a lot of scams. And, we kind of wanted to be the anti quote unquote credit repair company. I mean, I don't even like that word. That's why we're called Credit Solutions. But to be a force for good, to help people, not only give them credit education in general and help get their stuff repaired, rebuilt, and restored, but to also keep them in that direction, to set realistic expectations, to break it down how it works. It's leading by education first. And then fast forward today, we're moving in some other, I don't want to say directions, but adding more things, adding more tools to the belt. Business credit was one, or business credit consulting on that. Consulting or helping businesses get started and established, not just on the bare bones legal stuff, but how to understand how credit or obtaining grants or getting some type of business funding can help. We have business funding relationships, some other things that we're looking at down the road, merchant services. There's a lot other programs that we're doing to help people do it themselves. I can go on and on about what I see this year, but there's a lot of things where overall that I don't think that people think credit may affect them in that sense, but when it really does. And then every time, if I'm speaking to just somebody looking to buy their first home or another business owner, there's always seems that there's something in the industry or in the world where credit's attached to it and nobody's really doing anything about it.
Right. That's, I like that you bring up the idea about the bad businesses when it comes to credit repair, because, recently there were, a lot of people going around saying like, I'll fix your credit. And then you sign up for what you think is going to be your credit repair. And then your credit doesn't improve, your credit score doesn't improve, or you are stuck writing out all of these different forms yourself and you really have no guidance. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, or are you familiar with that, what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I kind of get the idea where you're going without fully going right there, but a lot of things but it's true though, right?
Yeah.
There's one word you never use in this industry, and the FTC will tell you it's in the Credit Repair Organizations Act. It's hidden kind of in the FCRA. It's guarantee, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, I think, when they think credit repair, they have the assumption that it's just, okay, I have a bunch of bad items that need to get removed. And that's all they're focused on. You got to remember, it's that most people don't even know how the system works, right? In general. So it's always both sides to it. It's not just about, okay, let's get some stuff removed. Okay, that's great, right? In a perfect world. But let me ask you this. If I removed all your negative stuff, say in a perfect world, and that's all you had nothing positive, what are you left with, right? You're left with nothing. So now you're at zero and you have to start over anyway. So is that really solving the problem, so to speak? So again, credit solutions, right? Because it's not just all about getting a bunch of items removed. You got to have balance on both sides. You have to have the positive. You have to build and establish some credit. You have to have a different mixture. Okay. That's a piece of the puzzle. And on the flip side, yes, getting some of those negative items removed. Yeah, absolutely. It helps. You're not going to sit there and get everything removed. It's based on information, based on data, and so forth. But like you said in the beginning of the question, I think another thing that adds, it's almost guarantee, hey, like get all this stuff removed. And it could be in 30 days. It could be in this time frame. That's not really how it works. It's a long and daunting process. It's like watching paint dry. It really is. Mm-hmm. One of the things that we set in every call is we disclose all this stuff. Right? It's like, hey, we're going to give you the hard truth. Like, this is a journey. You want to get this FHA, you want to get this conventional loan, you want to buy this car at a lower interest rate. It's going to take time. It didn't take you 30 to 60 days, right? If you're looking for that quick fix, it didn't take you 30 to 60 days to make your credit bad. Like, let's be real here. So on the flip side, it's going to take time to get it to where you need to be in order to make those financial goals happen, and it's all about setting proper expectations. So if somebody's telling you those things, hey, I'm going to fix you regardless. Run. Okay. I'm going to have you at a certain score at a certain amount of time. Run. Some of the bigger ones, hey, like I'll get all your items removed in 30 or 60 days. That's a big red flag. That a lot of that, believe it or not, has to do with fraud and falsifying police reports. Definitely run. Get your Nike Air Maxes and run as fast as you can.
No, I hear you. This is all good stuff. And this is what people need to hear, because, you see, all over social media, or you see people, just really advertising that they will fix your credit, but how so? Right. And I think that's, and we're human. A lot of us, we want, in this day and age, we want a quick fix, but quick is not always the best way. Right. So I appreciate that. And I thank you for that. I think what's something that you would say so there's a lot of healthcare workers who are looking to transition and do something else and start their own businesses. Right. So me personally, I started a wellness business. Right. I started with IV hydration. I've branched off into, not branched off, I still provide IV hydration, but I also I have a weight loss program, and I have a concierge program as well, with incorporated in my business. However, and I think we touched on this, no one ever really talked to me about business credit and personal credit, right? So no one ever really talked to me about these things. So what's something that you would tell either aspiring business owners or, novice business owners about what they should know about credit?
Yeah, I mean, there's the old adage that cash is king, right? To me, credit's everything. And, especially in business, especially if you're looking to acquire capital in some manner, right? It is quicker to get $100,000 in credit than it is to save $100,000. I explain the importance of first and foremost getting your personal credit in order, because you can't have business credit without personal credit. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. It used to be to where, hey, separate business and personal and all that stuff. Yes, that's still true in a sense, right? But when you're most businesses in this country, unless you're doing insane numbers of revenue and have been around for a very long time and have these relationships with these financial institutions, then that story becomes, a little loose, right? It's, hey, can we run this on the business without personal guarantoring everything? Sure, fine. Okay, great. But if you have people that are looking to make a transition and get into the business world, get your personal credit in order as quick as possible. And a lot of times, because a lot of people, not all people, but a lot of people that have some business acumen, to them, whatever it may be, or finance, a lot of them have pretty decent credit coming in. Or if it's not the greatest, it's usually because of credit card balances. Simply just get those paid down as soon as possible, get your credit and your personal credit in the right direction. And most of that time, the first thing that I always suggest to, once they get their personal credit in that right direction, get your business entity right away, at least your EIN and your LLC, because then you can start getting business credit cards. And that alone is a big deal, because if you get the right companies, right, because most of them won't report to your personal credit, the Amex, the Chase, certain Capital One cards now. Start applying for this stuff, right? It's important. You want to start separating these things from your personal credit. Yes, you'll still have to personal guarantor. You'll have to have the hard inquiry run, whatever. It's the way it is. But now you have the power or some of these trade lines at your disposal on the business end to say, hey, maybe they might give you, most of them will give you 12 months, 0%, right? So now it's almost like you have free money for a year at least, right? Little disclosure, paid off in full by that year. But at least you have this 0%, right? So if there are things you need to do or some capital to take advantage, that if you can't get some type of SBA loan or personal term loan or something on that end, you have a start now to keep it away from your personal credit, right? For utilization on the personal side, your score is going to start going down. But now, without even having the doors open to your business, right, you have the business usage on these business credit cards, if that makes sense. So it's like, hey, I have a business entity, but my business isn't here yet, but I have the perks of the business and I could start doing some of these things to get this going. But yeah, believe it or not, it all starts with personal credit. Take a look, see where it's at, see where it needs to go. Yeah, reach out to me. I'll point you in the right direction.
There you go. That's right. So, and there it is. We have to reach out to Dave, and you can catch more of Dave at our Health and Wealth Virtual Summit. It's going to be so amazing. We have just esteemed panelists lined up for you guys. You can hear Dave. Dave is going to be actually speaking live on March 23rd at 3 p.m. So I'm actually excited too, and I can't wait for more. And I know you guys can't wait for more as well. It's going to be more for him to really give a breakdown, right, Dave, of what he's talking right now. Is just an overview. If you guys think this is good, you have to make sure that you attend our Health and Wealth Expo, the virtual summit on March 23rd and 24th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. So you guys be sure to register. You can go now to Health and Wealth Summit 2024.com and you can register for this, what's going to be the event of the year. It really is. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on, Dave. I appreciate you. I appreciate this. I mean, I think this is going to be such a great topic that we're going to be talking about at the expo. And I can't wait. So I know the others can't wait as well. Anything else you want to add? How can people contact you if they want to contact you?
Yeah, you can find us online at www.trifectacreditsolutions.com. You can email me directly at dave@trifectacreditsolutions.com. Social media, facebook.com/Dave Burgio. Same with Instagram, same with every major social media. I'll give you my business line too, 610-646-5727. That is direct to me and only me.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, thank you so much for being a guest on our show today. I can't wait to the summit to hear more, really. So thanks a lot and you have a great day. Okay.
You too, Lendra. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.